I still gonna hold on because I'm greedy. I'm gonna have a sizable position of Endeavor Silver, even though I don't think it's going anywhere, because the off chance that silver skyrockets, it's a very high cost producer. Obviously, so high cost that it's in a negative. So if the silver does go up like $5-10, Endeavor Silver is going to be definitely a company you want to own. It is Monday, February 24th, and today I'm going to mainly give you an update on the account, and I'm going to tell you what I think about some of the major holdings and stocks and show you some of the moves that I've been making lately. By the way, this is the video log that takes 30,000 to a million if you're new to the channel. So I'm going to jump inside the browser. Obviously, I'm not sitting on an all-time high. That should be a given. In fact, I have about a $2,500 loss since last time I made a log. And let me take you to the account here so you can see what I'm talking about, if my mouse would cooperate. Hello. Sorry, minor technical difficulties. And as you know, I don't do any retakes or anything like that, so one take, you know what I mean? Here we go. 84,134. It says only negative 0.72 on the day here, but it was much bigger because of the pre-market action. It doesn't actually get counted in Robinhood. So that's how it works. Obviously a big drop at the beginning though, for sure. A sea of red here. This is actually pretty comical to look at. This, you know, as I scroll through this bar on the right here. The first positive company is actually Wheaton Precious Metals. You can see all the holdings and how much they lost. It's pretty brutal. The first positive holding is Wheaton Precious Metals, and of course the other one is Newmont Mining. It's very interesting though, because the gold and silver are actually up over the weekend, and these are the only two companies that are making positive gains. It should be more than that. I also have Matrix, I think, what was the company? Mavericks Metals, losing, you know, quite a bit. It shouldn't be losing that much. And Matella down $26 or like 2%. Neither of these companies should be losing any value, honestly. And the other silver miner, of course, that I have, these are streaming companies actually, but the silver miner that I want to talk about the most today is EXK. So it's down only $60. It was down as much as 8.13% at one point, down to 187. It only managed to finish down 3% on the day, which is, I guess, kind of a win considering the bad conference call they had, and I'll talk about it a little bit in a sec. Now, what else is going on here in the account? Uranium, very disappointing. Cameco is down $225 for me. Big loss here on Energy Fuels. This company keeps issuing shares into the market, but the market's really not blessing it. It's down 5.15% on the day. Very disappointing. But I'm going to keep holding the position. I may add to it if I feel like I want to take the risk. And everything else is, of course, red. Emerging market bonds, emerging market dividend fund here. Energy transfer down $100 as well. I have a put sold against the emerging markets fund, so I'll be picking up 100 shares pretty soon. And however, I think I may actually be beating the market a little bit. Let's check how about the 1 month? The two things that I was losing, the 1 month and the 3 month, right? So the 1 month is basically even for the S&P 500, and the 3 month is 3.8%. So 1 month even, and then 3 month 3.8. So I'm losing to the S&P 500 in a month. I'm about a little bit below even. In a 3 month, I'm also losing by %. So be it. I'm winning on the year though. Actually, this would have been better percentage if I hadn't added any money. So keep that in mind, because the way Robinhood calculates it is if you add more money, then this percentage up top decreases. Even though it says on the all-time high here, on the all-time chart, it says plus $24,000, and it's only 41% of the account. It's actually a lot higher because the way I did it was with a lot less money, right? So I didn't have 60,000, 59,000, or whatever deposited in there in the beginning. I was only working with like $25,000, 35, 40, you know. So this percentage here should probably be, if it was adjusted, it would probably be like 80, 90%. So anyway, it's just a little fun fact. I'm looking to, of course, continue this growth. I took this, if you were new to the channel, I started this about August 28th, and so I've been taking it seriously since then. You can go back to until the first video if you want, although those videos were not very high quality. Not that this one's extremely high quality, but at least you can hear what I'm saying. Okay, anyways, I think that's it with the review. Let me tell you what the moves I've done. So obviously you see here I've sold a couple puts. I've done this today, and they're $265 puts. So if Apple hits 265, I will be purchasing 200 shares, most of that with borrowed money, just because I'm very Apple starved, and I might be making a mistake. This correction and might go a lot deeper, but that's okay. I want to ride them out in Apple. I just don't want to miss the window anymore, because I know Apple's not going down to 150 anymore. So I should have loaded up with more Apple back then. I didn't think that it would make such a swift comeback, but now that I see how easily it is for Apple to gain ground on other stocks, how preferred it is, how premium it is, how much desire and demand there is from investors for the stock, I know that I can make some really nice gains. So a little bit on the greed meter there, but in 265, that's a long ways to go, right? Apple is not likely to hit 265 anytime soon. Oh, by the way, I got a new haircut. What do you guys think? So I'm going back to short hair. I'm not really a big fan of the long hair anymore. Like when I was a little bit younger, I used to like it and it looked cool, but now I just want to look normal. And actually, this isn't even normal. The girl that styles my hair, she always likes to make me like, oh, I don't know, good looking. But I'm like, just give me the ugliest haircut with least maintenance, and this is what she does, you know. Anyway, so back on topic here. So I have the Apple puts, and then of course I have a bunch of chemical option plays going on. Energy transfer, these calls are gonna expire worthless. Energy transfer tanked. Anything oil related. Rio Tinto, I've always wanted to get into this company, and now I'm losing $145 on this. But I'm looking to get into Rio Tinto at $50. Right now it's above that, it's at 51, but I've lost a lot on the option play because of this sudden drop here today by 5.71%. It's quite significant. But I was looking to get into the company. It was already falling, and I figured, you know what, it might be a good time. It looked like it bottomed out before at 47.78, so 47 something, $48 more or less. So I figured it'd be a good entry point to get in at 50. I looked by looking at just a little bit of charts, and I was happy with that because I think that this commodity type of run is going to continue for a little bit. And I really like Rio Tinto. It's one of my favorite companies. It pays a good dividend. As you can see over here, it's 6%. That's really big. 6% is really big, especially now that the commodity bull, I think, is just starting over the last few years. I think it's got some more room to go, and but we'll see. Anyway, I do like this company. I want to be in it. That's why I'm trying to pick up this company. I'm trying to pick up emerging market dividend fund. I'm trying to pick up stuff that will pay me some dividends over time. I want to get back into the Russian market and really milk those dividends. But of course, I got to do it through options plays. So that's what's happening. All right. Finally, let's talk about EXK. Now, EXK had been one of my favorite companies to trade for quite some time. I really liked the company. I liked the management. I used to like, like Brad Cook and all the gang over there Endeavor Silver, and I really don't want to say any mean things or bad things. Truth is, they've had a really, really rough year, 2019, and many things were going against them, and a lot of them, the things that went against them actually are their fault. It's not just that they're getting some low grading or whatever, but a lot of the planning, a lot of their maybe employees that they hired or whatnot, it's actually their fault. So they made some slip ups, they made some mistakes, but hopefully, they grow stronger out of it. I'm having to suffer as an investor. I don't know how much, I haven't researched how much of the company they own themselves and how much they've had to suffer through stock value depreciation, but it's a pretty significant amount. And I'll show you a couple of charts here so you can be amazed. All right, so Endeavor Silver, look at this 1 year chart, right? Down 21% roughly. Now let's take a look at what a proper silver company did during the same period of time, which is a company I should have owned instead, Pan American Silver. It's up 77.3%. So that's 97% difference right there over the year. It's quite significant. This is what EXK should have been doing, but it didn't. Now, what did EXK do? Okay. What did EXK do? The main thing, I listened to the call, and the main thing is over last year they've had an adjusted price, all-in sustaining cost, I think, for mining a ounce of silver of $22 more or less, which is way above spot price. And it's even though silver's had a really nice run up to like $18 plus, that's still way below. The spot price is still way below the cost of production. So it's not a very winning model, right? I mean, it's not a winning model it costs you $22 to pull something out of the ground and sell it for 18, or at the most. You're making, $4 loss per ounce. So they managed to lose $48 million in 2019. Now they blame a lot of it on their mistakes and their mishaps, and they're spending a lot of money on exploration in Chile, and they're fixing up their mines. They had to buy new equipment, they rent new equipment, etc. They had to do labor force turnout, so they're probably having to pay like severance packages and whatnot. Who knows what all their expenses are, but they're spending a ton of money and really getting nothing for it. Like, they're having trouble with their mines, so they're having to remaneuver. Some of their best assets have not been performing very well, and so I really don't know what the future holds for Endeavor Silver. I think in my personal opinion, what they say basically is that give us a couple more quarters and we'll turn it around. The mines will start functioning and everything will be fine. And they're trying to get the cost of silver to produce at $17, but I don't know how much I believe that. Especially given the track, because you could have gone back a few earnings calls and heard the same message, right? We're going through some tough times. We're turning it around soon. Just give us some time. Well, I mean, it's been a few quarters already, and now the problems keep piling on. And in my opinion, unless silver price goes way up, to that $22 level, I don't think this company is going to have a very easy time salvaging itself. And in 2 quarters, if the price isn't that high, I think it's going to be a penny stock. I think it's going to go below $1. I'm still going to hold on because I'm greedy. I'm gonna have a sizable position of Endeavor Silver, even though I don't think it's going anywhere, because in the off chance that silver skyrockets, it's a very high cost producer. Obviously, so high cost that it's on a negative. So if the silver does go up like $5-10, Endeavor Silver is going to be definitely a company you want to own, right? Because the multiplier effect, the leverage on it is going to be enormous. You're going from negative $4 per ounce to just a few dollars per ounce. I mean, that's a huge, change. It just going from at cost producing to $1, right? You're going from $0 to $1. It's a huge difference, right? And if you go to $2 over the spot, if you're producing silver per ounce $2 underneath the spot and you're selling it for $2 profit, that means you just doubled the company profit, the entire company's profit, right? If silver goes up just $1. So now imagine coming from negative. I mean, the valuations are going to be really nice. So, but in the off chance that silver shoots up, EXK should go bonkers. But you never know. Currently, I think it's under 200 million, under 200 million market capitalization. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. But that's enough about Endeavor Silver. Hopefully, I wish the best for the company. Hopefully, they do a good job turning this thing around. Another company that's involved with silver is Wheaton Precious Metals. It used to be called Wheaton Silver or something like that. Let's see what they are in a year. Oh, 47%, not bad. One company that's been doing really good in the precious metal sector is Newmont Mining. I mean, they're raising their dividends, and let's see the year performance, 41%. This is really good for a major. And look at this huge boost here at the very end. It went from 44 to 50 in short order. I own quite a bunch of this, not in this account. Obviously, this is just 2 shares, but I do keep those 2 shares in this account just to show, just to remind myself at what point I was buying Newmont Mining. And you can see here it's a 209% gain on these 2 shares, because obviously I sold out of the position a long time ago after the big run up in was it 2018 or something like that. Let's see. And this run up here, 2016, that's when I sold off. I was selling a little bit of the position as it was going from 16 to all the way up to here. And I guess my average cost is, what is it, 16.21. So you can see that I was buying over here at the very, very bottom of the silver market in the 16s, and then I was selling all the way up. All right, let's see. So that's silver market. Let's look at some other stocks here. So Apple, obviously, huge sell-off, 4-point-something percent, 4.75, but it looks like it's up a percent after hours. The week chart looks amazing. Look at this crazy action here. And honestly, it's such a strong company. I'm just having such a hard time not getting in at this point. I picked up 2 or 3 shares, and I sold a couple puts at 265. So if it goes down to about this level, then I will buy. It will automatically buy within the next week, but I doubt it. I'm just doing it to collect some premium and hopefully make more money off of that than having my money sit in cash and collecting the Robinhood 1.8% cash management feature there. Now, as far as Apple goes here, it's just catching this overall trend of market fear because of the virus, right? And it's real. I mean, I'm switching topics to talking about the markets now and the virus. So this thing is real, right? And not so much. I've mentioned this. I've already made a couple episodes about not only the run up in silver. By the way, go back and check. And also I've talked about how I think the market was underpricing the coronavirus effect, and not so much the sick people and the dead people, which obviously is very sad to hear, but the other effects that having sick people around is causing, especially this really long incubation period. Everybody is living in fear, trying not to catch this virus, right? So it's who has the virus? I just have one client coming from China, and she's like, don't worry, I've sat at home for 14 days and isolated myself to make sure nothing's sick. But now it's saying that the incubation period might be even larger than that. So no one's safe. This asymptomatic, meaning that it doesn't show any symptoms when you have the virus at first, is scaring the crap out of everybody, and everyone's hiding. Everybody's not flying. There's pictures of completely empty flights out there that some airlines are running from Singapore to Bangkok and all these Asian countries. So a lot of the economic activities either being postponed or completely eliminated and never to be seen again, right? So the effect is actually very real, and but I'm welcoming this chance to kind of start, backing up the truck back into Apple, because I've sold out of a lot of the position, and my puts expired. I sold puts against Apple. They expired, so I made some money off of that. But I do believe in the company, that it's still in its growth stage. I made many videos about that already. I have my Apple thesis. You can go check out the video on that. I have also talked about how I think it's still in a growth stage. I don't think it's, I think it's in its exponential stage. I don't think it's leveling off yet. I don't think it's saturated. And so I really want to still be in the strain. But, if the market gives me a chance to do it, I'll keep doing it. Other stocks in the news here. Finally, Tesla is also dropping. But the thing is, Tesla's, even though it's down 7.46%, you would think it would be down more. Because look, if you look at the 1 month chart, you don't even notice this. It's just back on trend, It's just back on trend. And I made a video about right here, after this big pop to 960 or whatever, and as soon as it dropped, I mentioned that I don't think this is a capitulation yet. I don't think this is the explosive blow off top of the market. I think that there's going to be a continuation of this larger exponential trend underneath. I said those exact words, and that's exactly what's happening here with Tesla. It's a Halo company. If you don't know what a Halo company, I also did a video on that. I don't know why I'm plugging today. I'm just plugging all these videos. I'm not gonna leave a link behind them. You can research them if you're really interested. But I just want to say that this is real. Tesla is continuing its exponential rise upwards, and who knows when it's gonna stop. Everybody's looking at the $1,000 mark, but that's just a number. It doesn't have anything to do with the company, so it might continue. I don't know. We'll see if it breaks down. So far, it hasn't. There's a lot of support around this area for Tesla. Other stocks that I'm interested in, you may be interested in. I'm welcoming this correction in the Russian market too. It's another 5% here. I really want to get back into the company. I was trying to get, the country. I was trying to get into the fund somewhere around here, the 22 level, but it never dropped down for me to buy enough. So, so I ended up not getting in. Now I might have a second chance to get in there for the fat dividends. The Russian fund also has a very, very fat dividend. It's 5.71, so it's really worth looking into. If you do own the Russian company, it's called RSX, the fund. If you do own it, make sure that you wait until January, hold it through December and January, because that's when they pay out the dividends. The fund pays it out just one lump sum. So if you don't miss that, don't miss it, right? It's a big payout day. So hold it through December and January if you can get in at a reasonable price. Don't miss it. And don't be surprised if you don't get paid throughout the year, right? They just pay once a year. So that's all I gotta say about that. It's a very, very dramatic day. People don't know if the selling is gonna continue. I don't think anybody's really scared yet, and honestly, I'm not that scared either. I think that the virus is a problem, and market activity is gonna get postponed or eliminated, but I think the rebound off of that is going to be pretty great. There's also other reasons to sell off, like Bernie Sanders becoming president, or the certainty that might bring up to the market, or other political reasons out there. But ultimately, I think this market is going to be bouncing back due to central banks and all the other tailwinds that support it. So, in the long run, I'm not looking for a 1920s, 1930s style depression or anything like that. All right. I think that's it now. I've been speaking for 24 minutes, so I'm gonna call it a day. It's Monday night. Probably make another video on Thursday. I've been starting to do this Monday, Thursday type of schedule. So hopefully I can maintain that. I used to want to do it every day, but it's just taking up too much time, and oftentimes I get home pretty late and pretty tired. So I'm gonna try to do it at least twice a week, and I'm gonna sprinkle some videos every once in a while to update you if something important happens. But other than that, just Monday and Thursday. So yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, type "buy the dip" in the comments. All right, I'll see you on Thursday. Peace out.